Hi students, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your English teacher Ismail is going to upload a grammar video. A grammar video mean in this clip I'm going to introduce the present perfect continuous tense. Okay, present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense can be used to talk about an action that started in the past and continuous in the present. Okay, this is the first usage. The next and the second usage of this tense is this tense can also be used to talk about an action that has been happening recently. And finally, present perfect continuous tense can also be used to talk about an action that recently stopped. Okay, so these are the three uses. Before watching this clip, if you're new here, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let's get on the lesson. The first usage of the present perfect continuous tense is this tense can be used to talk about an action that started in the past and continuous in the present. We want to emphasize duration in this tense, and you can do that by using sense or for in your sentences. Let's understand this with the help of examples. The first example is he has been studying English for an hour. He has been studying English for an hour. I just started this sentence with the subject he, and then I added the auxiliary verb of the present perfect continuous tense is has been with he. That's because with he, she and at we have to add an auxiliary verb has been. Okay, after subject, auxiliary verb and auxiliary verb as has been with he, she or it. And then present participle form of the verb study, studying, and then English for an hour. For an hour shows how long an action has been happening, how long this action has been happening. He has been studying English for an hour. The next example is I have been playing for 2 years. I just started this sentence with the subject I, and then I added an auxiliary verb have been. That's because with I, you, we, and they, we have to add an auxiliary verb have been. And then present participle form of the verb play, playing, and then for 2 years. For 2 years shows how long this action has been happening. Finally, it has been growing since June. Now this sentence is a little different from these two. It's because this sentence I just started with with the subject it, and then I added here has been. It's because before I told that with he, she or it, we have to add an auxiliary verb has been. And then present participle form of the verb grow, growing, and then since June. It's because just with specific point in time we have to add their since, not for. So this was the first usage. Okay, the next and the second usage of the present perfect continuous tense is this tense can be used without emphasizing duration. This tense can also be used to talk about an action that has been happening recently. Okay, so we can use there the word lately or recently. I just by explaining this at the end of the sentences or at the beginning of the sentences. Let's understand this with the help of examples. You have been missing classes lately. You have been missing classes lately. I just started this sentence with the subject you, therefore I added an auxiliary verb have been, and then present participle form of the verb miss, missing classes, and then lately, lately. Okay, you can also put lately at the beginning of the sentence, like lately he has been swimming a lot. Lately he has been swimming a lot. I just added lately at the beginning of the sentences. And then I started this sentence with the subject he, therefore I added an auxiliary verb here has been, and then present participle form of the verb swim, swimming a lot. Lately he has been swimming a lot. Finally, recently I have been running. Once again I started this sentence with the word recently. It's because I told that you can put recently or lately at the end of the sentences or at the beginning of the sentences. Recently I have been running. You can also say I have been running recently. Okay, so this was the second usage of the present perfect continuous tense. The next and the third usage of the present perfect continuous tense is this tense can also be used to talk about an action that recently stopped and has a present result. Like, I'm tired because I have been running. I have been running is a sentence of present perfect continuous tense, and I am tired. This is a present result. This is a present result because of this. I'm tired because of this. I'm tired because I have been running. I just started this sentence with the subject I, and then I added here an auxiliary verb have been, contraction of have. I have been running. The next example is the street is wet because it has been raining. The street is wet is a present result because of this. It's a sentence of present perfect continuous tense. The street is wet because it has been raining. I started this sentence with the subject it, and then I added here has been, present participle form of the verb rain, raining. The street is wet because it has been raining. Finally, you don't understand because you haven't been listening. You don't understand is a present result of this sentence. Okay, you don't understand because you haven't been listening. Once again, I started this sentence with the subject you, and then just I added here auxiliary verb have, and then just not, contraction of have not, haven't been listening. Okay, so this was the third usage, and these were the three uses. Now you must have to learn how to make negative sentences of the present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so these are the examples. I have not been feeling well these days. I have not been feeling well just these days. I started this sentence with the subject I, and then I added an auxiliary verb have here. So don't forget to put not between have and been to make this sentence negative. I have not been feeling well these days. Just I put here not between have and been. I just made this sentence negative. I have not been feeling well these days. The next example is she has not been eating healthy food recently. I started this sentence with the subject she, therefore I added here an auxiliary verb has been. Okay, but as this sentence is a negative, so I just added here not between has and been. As I told it, to make sentence negative, don't forget to put not between has and been or between have and been. And then present participle form of the verb eat, eating, and then healthy food recently. Okay, so these are the examples of negative sentences. Just put between have been or has been, have not been or has not been to make sentences negative. So this was the negative usage. You must have to learn how to make an interrogative form of the present perfect continuous tense. So just let's understand this with the help of this perfect example. He has been reading for an hour. He has been reading for an hour. Just exchange the places of only these two words. He has. Okay, just put has in the place of he and put he in the place of has. Has he? He has he? Has he been reading for an hour? Been reading for an hour and been reading for an hour. The sentence is same, but just I exchange the places of these two words. He has his. He has he, and then just I add a sign of interrogation at the end of the sentence. Has he been reading for an hour? So this is an interrogative sentence. Just put have or has at the beginning of the sentence to make a sentence an interrogative. Very simple, and it's a very easy. Okay, you must have to learn how to make negative and interrogative form. Just put not between subject and been to make this sentence negative and interrogative. Like he has been reading for an hour. This is a positive sentence. He has not been reading for an hour. This is a negative. Just exchange the places of these two words to make a sentence an interrogative. Has he been reading for an hour? To make a sentence negative and interrogative, just put here not between these two words. Has he not been reading for an hour? So this is the sentence of negative and interrogative. Okay, remember that you have to put not between subject and been. Has he not been? Has he not been? As I told in negative usage that you have to put not between these two words. Between has and been you have to add here not after subject to make a sentence negative and interrogative. Okay, you must have to learn how to make WH questions of the present perfect continuous tense. Very simple and very easy. Just add WH words at the beginning of the interrogative sentences to make a sentence WH question sentence. For example, now this is an interrogative sentence. Has he been reading for an hour? Has he been reading for an hour? Sign of interrogation. Just put WH word at the beginning of the sentence to make this sentence a WH question sentence. What has he been reading for an hour? Just I added here WH word at the beginning of the sentence. What have you been doing? Just you have to hide only this word. Now have you been doing? This is sentence of an interrogative structure. Just I added here the WH word, and that's what. What have you been doing? So now this is a sentence of WH structure. And the next one is how has she been eating? How has she been eating? I added just WH word at the beginning of the interrogative sentence to make this sentence a WH question sentence. Okay, so that's all about present perfect continuous tense in today's lesson, in today's video, and I hope you got it. Still, if you have any question or confusion, you can comment below. I will get you back. Okay, I'm going to make a move. Bye.